What's going on YouTube? My name is Zach with Android Digest, and today I'm going to be reviewing for you the Lenovo Chromebook Duet 3. Now this Chromebook Duet 3, it's a brand new Chromebook. It's a Chrome OS tablet that just released. It released for a little bit over $300, but we've seen it go on sale right away. So I'm excited to review it for you today and let you know what I think about it. So with all that being said, let's get right into it. So back in 2020, the original Lenovo Chromebook Duet released, and a lot of people absolutely loved that tablet. It released at a great price at $250, at least at Walmart, and it was flying off the shelves because people wanted a nice tablet with a good keyboard that came with the tablet and also a kickstand case. All of those things together really made the Chromebook Duet a very good value. Well, it's 2022 now, and Lenovo wanted to improve on that Chromebook Duet. So they did a lot of things in this new Chromebook Duet to really improve it and make it something that you would want to buy. Now the retail price is a little bit higher, at least for the model on Lenovo's website. It retails at $370. But even though it does retail at that, we've already seen sales that bring it under $300 at launch. And I'm sure this device will go on sale at Best Buy soon, and when it does, you're going to see a lot of sales from Best Buy and Lenovo. So if we take a look at this device, you're going to see a lot of great improvements. For one, I have to say, they really did a great job just making this device look very premium. They did improve the back of this, the back cover here, and also on the back of the keyboard. It's a different type of fabric. In my opinion, it's going to be a little more durable. It's going to be a little more resistant to dust and debris and things like that. It feels like it's really going to last because if I do get something on this case, it's really easy to wipe off with no problem. Another thing I'm impressed by is the weight of this device. I know the Chromebook Duet, the original one, was only a 10-inch tablet, so maybe it's a similar weight to this tablet. But when I compare this tablet right here to something like the HP Chromebook X2, this tablet is very, very lightweight for the money, and I'm very impressed with how light the case is and how light the keyboard is. It's a very, very light tablet, and I absolutely love that. So this device is made for those people who want something light and portable. Yes, there is a 13-inch Chromebook Duet, but it's going to be a lot bigger, right? This device is for those people who want something portable to bring around with you, a great tablet experience, but people who still want a keyboard. And that's a big improvement from the original because they did up the size, of course. When you up your device from 10 inches to 11 inches, it also means you could make the keyboard a little bit bigger to fit the screen, of course. So if you look at the keyboard, you are going to see the keyboard itself, it is larger, which is a great thing. You're going to see larger keys. The travel is very, very good. And the keyboard overall, it just feels more premium. It does remind me of the Chromebook Duet, the 13-inch model. That 13-inch model has a lot bigger keys. The travel is better. I absolutely love the keyboard from that tablet. And this is very similar. Now, granted, the keys are going to be a little bit smaller than that tablet, but the keys are so much nicer on this Chromebook Duet compared to the original. I think the travel is terrific, and I love how sturdy the keyboard feels. Right here on the keyboard deck, it doesn't have a lot of flex if you are trying to bend it around, and the trackpad does feel very good as well. Now, I will say when I did receive this originally, the trackpad did feel ever so slightly loose. It wasn't a big deal. I think most of you wouldn't have even noticed it. I'm a techie and I notice everything. So what I did is I actually applied a little bit of pressure to the back of this keyboard, and I pressed forward to really try to bend the trackpad a little bit more forward. Now, I would not recommend this at home. It is not a good idea. I heard some weird snapping noises in the process, but regardless of all of that, for whatever reason, the trackpad does feel a little bit tighter, and I am having a good experience with it. Next, I want to talk about the design of this tablet, and if we take a look at the tablet itself, you will see USB-C ports on both sides of this tablet, and that's a really, really big deal because that means you could charge this device, of course, from both sides. Also, if you take a look at the speakers, there are speakers on both sides of this tablet. The speakers are okay, they're average, they're not super great, but at least they are serviceable. They're not the worst speakers in the world. They're just okay. Now, we do have a power button on the side of this tablet on the left side, and on the top of this tablet, we do have your up and down on your volume. Now, there is no power button, that's a fingerprint sensor, no fingerprint sensor on this tablet, and also we do not have a SD SD card slot or a headphone jack. Now, if you take a look at the back of this device right here, you will see it does look a little more elegant than the original Chromebook Duet. It does look really nice as far as the color. It's a silver or a gray color. Now, they may have more colors in the future, I do not know. But again, you're not really going to see much of the back of this tablet if you do put the case on. Now, it does magnetize to the back, and it has this really cool kickstand on it. Again, all types of different angles. It's absolutely great to be able to attach your tablet to the keyboard when you want it and detach it when you just want to use it as a tablet. Now, if we take a look at the display, you are going to see that the display is again improved over last year's Chromebook Duet. It does look very bright. It does get over 400 nits of brightness, and that's a great thing to see. Now, again, this is an 11-inch screen. It's a 60 Hz panel. It has a 2000 by 1200 resolution, and it does have a 16 by 10 aspect ratio, and I like that this Chromebook Duet, it's a little bit taller than last year's model or the model from 2020. It does look very good as far as that, because when you have your device a little taller and not as wide, it does help you with productivity so that you could scroll through stuff, you could scroll through web pages, and that does help you to get a little more productive work done. Now, I know this isn't OLED, okay? This is not a OLED screen, but despite that, I still absolutely love the screen. The colors are great. The colors are very accurate. In fact, if you compare this to the 13-inch OLED model of the Chromebook Duet, I actually think it will look very similar as far as how good it looks. Now, just think about this, okay? The 13-inch Chromebook Duet, I know it's OLED, but you are stretching out those pixels a little bit more to fit a 13-inch screen. And when you take that same resolution, or a better resolution even technically on this tablet, and when you stretch it down a little bit, or when you bring it down to an 11-inch screen, it's actually going to look a little bit sharper as far as the image quality. Now, granted, it's not OLED, so the colors won't technically pop quite as much as that 13-inch model, but my point is that it does make up for some of those things by the smaller screen size, and also by the fact that the colors are just darn good, and this screen is just great. It's bright. It's one of the better tablets you're going to find at a price point of around $300 or less. And the performance, again, is good. It's not as good as I would hope. It's not an i3 or an i5 processor, but this does have a Qualcomm Snapdragon 7C. This is the Gen 2 processor. It's ever so slightly faster than the HP Chromebook X2, the 11-inch model, but this device is faster by a good margin if you compare it to the original Chromebook Duet. So again, they've improved performance on this device, they've improved the display, they've improved the keyboard, they've improved all this stuff, but as soon as this device launched, they put it on sale under $300. This device is very good at basic stuff for the money. It actually does great with performance. It does fly through a lot of those basic things that you do. And even if you try to push it to 6 or 10 tabs, keep in mind, I have the version with 4 gigabytes of RAM. I was able to run 10 or 12 or even 13 tabs of Chrome with absolutely no issues. I know there will be a version with 8 gigabytes, at least from what I've heard, that may release at Best Buy very soon. Now, I do know if you try to use the gesture navigations, that does take a little bit more firepower, and if you do have 6, 7, 8, or even 10 things open at the same time, the gestures may slow down just a little bit. But honestly, it's not unmanageable or unwieldy or anything like that. This device is still going to feel very smooth to use, and especially if you're just using it for basic stuff. It's great to use as a tablet. The screen is bright, the screen looks great, and the software is good. Again, there are some little bugs I've noticed with the touchscreen keyboard, and that's all across Chrome OS tablets. But outside of really minor issues that I've seen, this tablet is going to get 8 years of software support, and that's much more than an Android tablet. Now again, this will not be a gaming machine, okay? You're not going to be able to run games at very high settings or anything like that. This is going to be a device that runs games at medium settings or maybe lower settings, but despite those things, you have to know, this device is a great device, and if you compare it to an Android tablet, it's going to be a lot more flexible in a lot of ways. Chrome OS tablets can run full Chrome extensions because it has a full Chrome desktop browser, and you could still run Android apps on the side. So I love the flexibility of this tablet. I love the fact that it can be a tablet in one moment and then a computer in another. And when I'm using the keyboard on this tablet, again, the keys are a little bit smaller compared to a 13-inch device, but the keys on the keyboard finally feel big enough to where I could use this tablet for longer periods of time and not stress out about it. And the travel is very good on the keys as well. And the battery life, by the way, is very, very good on this tablet. I think your average person would get between 8 and 12 hours of battery life on this tablet. So if I'm going to summarize this review, is this tablet worth buying? Is it worth your money? The first thing I'll say is keep in mind that this device is going on sale quite a bit. If you see this for the retail price of $370, just know that it's been on sale very frequently for $300 or less, and it's only been like a couple weeks since the launch of this tablet. The other thing to keep in mind is that Best Buy will release, and maybe by the time you watch this, they've already released the Chromebook Duet with 8 gigabytes of RAM. I am hearing a rumor that an 8 gigabyte of RAM version will be coming to Best Buy soon. Granted, it may come at a higher price, so do keep that in mind, and it may take time for it to go on sale. But regardless, some of you may prefer that extra RAM, and check the links in the description. I will update them, and I will put a new link whenever that device does launch. But realistically, a lot of you don't need 8 gigabytes of RAM. I actually compared this side by side with the HP Chromebook X2, the 11-inch version. That tablet does have 8 gigabytes of RAM, at least in the model that I purchased, and putting these side by side, I didn't really notice a big difference. Even with 10 or 11 or 12 or even 13 Chrome tabs open, I wasn't noticing a big difference between those two tablets as far as performance. So I don't think a lot of you need that extra RAM anyway, but please again, check the links and you could check the different prices and really make your own decision as far as which model to buy. But if you're someone out there and you're trying to see if this tablet is worth it, I would absolutely say yes. But again, it's only worth it for a specific audience. This tablet is for those people who are looking for a good value. And if you're looking for a tablet that's thin, that's lightweight, and that's very portable, but if you also want to get some productivity work done, right? If you want to get a little bit of work done, but you also want to use this as a tablet to just watch media and do a lot of stuff like that, just use it to browse around the web. If you're someone who wants a tablet and a computer, but you also want it for a very cheap price and you're wanting something small and portable, this is going to be the tablet for you. This tablet has a great screen for the money. I absolutely think the screen looks gorgeous. I think the performance is great for basic stuff. If you want a good value and a good tablet that's a good improvement over the original Chromebook Duet, this tablet is absolutely it, and I would highly recommend that you consider it. Now, thank you so much if you've made it this far in the video, and if you do want to support me, keep in mind I am a smaller YouTuber. I'm not a gigantic, huge YouTuber out there, right, making loads of money. So if you want to support me, feel free to use those links in the description. Even if you don't buy the item that I'm linking, if you use those links, that can help to support me and my channel, and it really does mean a lot. Also, click that sub button and subscribe to my channel, and leave any comments if you have any questions at all. I would be very happy to help. Thanks again for watching. I hope you have a great day, and check out some other videos if you get a little bit of time.